Welcome to the live replay. Today is June 10th and we are going to be finishing up October in Summer's bullet journal. So let me just get everything started. Welcome here, you guys. We're going to keep working on Summer's bullet journal today. We're in October and we did the first 2 monthly pages, so we've got to do trackers for the month and then we'll jump into the weekly spreads. All right, where's my, there we go. Hey, savvy one. How's it going? Aw, cozy. Just feel like adding a drop shadow here would elevate the page a little. So I'm going to do that. Jess, I do not have any pets at the moment. I grew up on like a hobby farm, so we had a lot of different pets kind of come and go. Lots of like small farm animals like pigs, sheep, goats, chickens, whatever. But we had a lot of cats, which were just kind of, you know, like they were technically ours, but they just roamed wherever. And then the dogs, which were especially heartbreaking. We lived on a highway and had so many dogs die from various things, usually highway related, unfortunately. So I don't know, I feel like I was kind of like over it, you know. I also, because all of my pets were outdoor, I just can't imagine dealing with the fur, especially with like little kids. Like, I don't know. I am not an animal hater, but there is no part of me that wants a pet right now. So that's my status. Hey, Lynn. Good evening also from Saskatchewan. Thanks for joining. Oh, yeah. Yeah. The hair, yeah. It just seems like a lot of extra work for something that I don't really care that much about. So I'm not like completely opposed, especially if like when my kids are older, maybe we live on an acreage or something and they of course pull the, oh, but mom, we'll feed the dog, you know, kind of thing. Like, I'm not opposed to having pets altogether, but right now I sure am glad that we don't. Oh, thanks, Lynn. Yeah, especially with younger kids, like, I don't know, the thought of like, you know, when they're sick, like just little snotty faces with like dog fur stuck in the snot, or like, you know, when they drag their soother around on the floor and it's just like getting hair all over it, like, ew. Just sounds like a nightmare to me. Oh, their last day of school. Yay, so does that mean you are free for the summer, or do you have like different programs that run in the summer or something? Thank you for the likes, you guys. I noticed you and I appreciate it. Yesterday we got so many likes and 5 sales, which is just crazy to me. Like, that's my groceries in one live, which thank you. So I really appreciate it. Oh, cool. Summer school. That's nice. 3 weeks. All right. There are our trackers. I'm going to write trackers on this page, finances on this page. So I'm thinking one of each color, like 1 page blue, 1 page green. Just trying to think if there's any reason to do one or the other. Yes, Stephanie, I'm excited for you too. You saw the journal guide, hey? No worries if you haven't taken a look at it yet. Track. Oof, I'm gonna run out of space to write trackers. Can I just write tracker? Is that weird? I'm gonna do it because there's no way trackers is fitting and I don't want to cover this whole thing. If you guys think it's weird, I'll write habit on top in tiny writing to make it habit tracker. I usually guess my spacing fairly accurately, but not always, and this is one of those times. Jess, no, my kids are not in school. My oldest one is still 2 and my youngest one is 1, so not even preschool or anything like that. Either would be fine. I guess I could bring in the stamps and just stamp habit onto it. Jen, I am working on putting a kit together. Honestly, it's at a bit of a standstill just because we're moving in a couple of weeks. I'm not wanting to like order a bunch of inventory here and then us have to move it and like hope that everything arrives before we leave kind of thing, you know? So I am still working on the kits, but they are at a standstill at the moment. Just because of the timing of things. Hey, Quartz. Maria, I think preschool starts at 3. Like, I think my son could go to preschool later this fall, I think. But I haven't actually looked into it very much, again, because we are moving. And I don't know, he's like very socially adept, I would say. Like, he doesn't hang out with other kids tons, but he does well with it. He's like, yeah, I don't know. Don't mean to brag, but he's a very bright kid. So I'm not feeling like the pressure to get him into preschool right away to like catch him up in certain areas, you know? So once we move, if it's like, oh, there's this great preschool and it's, you know, 2 mornings a week or something, I would consider it, but I'm not like actively looking for a preschool for him. Oh yeah, no worries, Stephanie. It was literally one day. I probably wouldn't have looked at it either, so. Kind of like how I haven't looked at my TikTok comments in ages. Sorry, guys. TikTok notifications, I don't know. I get off Instagram and I'm like, yes, I'm done responding to everything, you know? Check that off the list. And then I open TikTok and it says like 99 plus. And I just kind of ignore most of the time. So sorry about that. I need to get better at that. Hey, Jess. Oh, now we've got Jess comments back to back. So, hey, Wavy Jess. And Jess C, you think stamped habits on top would look good? Or habit? TikTok inbox is so weird. Yeah. I don't even know what it is. Because, like, in some ways it looks so similar to Instagram. But just, it seems like so much more of a burden for some reason. To deal with comments and messages and stuff on TikTok. But maybe that's just my mindset. Like, I've never really, like, taken TikTok seriously. I've just been using it for lives, which has been awesome. But then the other features I'm just not really used to. All right. That's rude. Sorry. Oh man. Who was that guy yesterday who was here who said like, "Oh, sorry, I was trying to be rude." I forget what his name was, but that was really funny. I've never had that. Kenny, the freebie tonight for anyone who orders a journal from my shop. So as usual, you'll get to choose. Yes, Harmon. He was so funny. You'll get to choose charms to put onto your bookmarks. I've got letter charms and an assortment of other ones. And then you can also choose a pack of markers, which I only have 2 left. So that freebie is going to run out after the next 2 orders, or washi tape. Let me use my ruler here. I'm going to add some planes going in here. I just wanted to see how the whole page is going to look before I do that. He stuck around for such a long time, and like he sounded like he was interested. It was like it was the funniest turn of events. I ship to like anywhere that you have access to Etsy, because I use Etsy, so it just goes through your local post. So like I'll send it off with Canada Post and I can ship worldwide as long as you are able to actually get on Etsy and place your order. So you will be able to tell whether or not I can ship to you just if you're even able to place an order. Hannigan. I like that guess, Maria. Honestly, I never would have guessed Harmon. Is that what you said, Brittany? Yes. I don't know if I was pronouncing it right the whole time, but the fact that he never corrected me and he came here packing heat makes me think I probably did pronounce it right. Okay, so let's put habit up here and then stamp on the headings for these ones as well, because that will bring in our stamps. Okay. It's a bit of a tight squeeze up there, but we'll pretend it was on purpose. Habit. Tracker. Okay, and then here we need, what have I been putting on top? I've been putting bills on top, right? Yes, bills, income, and spending. Where is B? There we go. And savings. Bill. Kenny, I ship to anywhere that you are able to order from. I ship worldwide. If you can access Etsy and access my store, I can ship to you. Mulligan, Hannigan, nice. What am I looking for? And Scarlett, I sell journals. So this is a custom journal where I draw on every page. I don't have any of these available because I just do one at a time. But I do empty bullet journals with super thick paper, and you get to put charms of your choice on the bookmark and choose a freebie, either markers or some washi tape. This one's going to be spending, this one's going to be savings. I'm just plotting my timing here so that I can do the two INGs at the same time. Oh, I almost stamped that onto the wrong word. Oh, hey, Jessie, I'm doing well. How are you today? Oh yeah, sorry, I'm kind of hiding the bottom corner away from you guys. Hey, Hinal, how's the studying going? Yeah. Did you work today, Jessie, or were you able to rest and recover? Where's my itty bitty? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put a paper airplane flying across here. And then I think we will be done for this page. 96, go Hinal. That's awesome. Are you a straight A kind of student? Because this is what? This is your last year or your second last year? I feel like you're getting close to being done, but I could be wrong. I don't want to get too cocky with how much I remember. Okay. All right, there we go. There are her trackers for the month. Now we got to choose a weekly spread. So let me pull up Pinterest here for us. And I want to remember which ones we've already done. Okay, so we did this weekly layout and this one. So I'm thinking we choose something different, at least for the third month. And then we could possibly like just rotate through those same three over and over or something, but okay, nice. Go Hinal, one more year. Okay, so let's, actually I should show you guys the weekly spreads that we currently have saved from previous months that we just didn't choose. And also whoever has asked about, you can't see those contact craft stamps with the months of the year that come with the years, the next batch will be printed with 2025 through to 2027. I just sent those off today. Just a random note because I saw them there. Okay, so weekly spreads, we've got this one, great contender. We could fit kind of 2 sections here because she always needs 3 sections. Notes, to buy, and next week. So we could do 2 here, 1 up here, and then like a globe with October written over top of it or something. I feel like this one would work really well. Yeah, this one would totally work. a little bit more free flowing, like, you know, without all the text in there. There's not like boxes or anything to separate, but that would work. This is the one we just did, so I'm not going to include it in the vote. And that's one we did for the previous month, so I won't include it. And then there's this one and this one, which are honestly very similar. Just one is a little bit more like structured sort of, and the other one's a little bit more like loosey-goosey looking. So maybe I'll go see if I see any other weekly spreads that catch my eye, but we do already have 4 options, so we don't like need another option. I should scroll down because I think I've been through the top few already for this bullet journal. Okay, let's see. And there's a lot that are just like variations of ones that we already have saved. Let me see. We could do something like this. Never done this one. Whoop, done. Saved photos. And let's see. Okay, I'm just going to call that good. We're going to vote. So are there any moderators who are available to do a poll? Okay, perfect. Sorry, I can't actually see your comment, but I see a little moderator sign, so I'm guessing someone said that they were good. Okay, so let's do a 4 option poll, and I will give you the 4. So we're looking for a weekly spread to use with our globe and paper airplane theme, and it needs to be able to fit 3 separate like bonus boxes. So these are our options. This here is option 1, globe and title up here, and then 1, 2, 3 bonus boxes for her. This is option 2, bonus boxes kind of scattered around, title and doodles, and then some more doodles probably. That's option 2. We won't do that one. That one. Or this one. So this will be option 3 right here. Days of the week on the middle, and then bonus sections on the side, which is really similar to this one, just less rigid. Like this one has outlines, this one's a little more free flowing. So same idea though. I gotta go to the one I just saved. And this is option 4. So let me say those one more time. And I'm just going to check and see. Oh yeah, poll is up. Okay, let me show you the options one more time here. Just quickly. I won't chat so much. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Those are the options for the weekly spread. Let me go back into TikTok so that I can see comments again. Okay, let me just catch up on comments and then I will. Hey Anahi, welcome here. Oh yes, sorry Jody, I didn't answer your question. Nicole finally getting back into journaling. Nice. Oh, flip through so far. Yeah, I'll give you a flip through so far. We've only done 2 months and we're working on the 3rd. So the first month in Summer's bullet journal is August, and she asked for a garden tea party. So this is what we chose to do. Then we've got every month she's got a calendar and a bunch of trackers, water, habits, and finances. And then the weekly spreads here, she's always got 3 bonus boxes. So notes, to buy, and next week. That's the layout we chose for August weeklies. And then September, we did a Daisy theme in honor of her dog named Daisy. And we've got brain dump. For a moment, I was like, wait a sec, brain dump. Did I do the wrong page? But no, she does have a brain dump every month. Calendar. And then all of her trackers. And then this is the weekly layout that we did in September. Thank you, Cadence. And then for October, we're working on this globe theme with a paper airplane. So here are her monthly pages. And then we're just about to start on the weekly spreads, and it looks like option 4-1. So let me pull up the photo for that so that I can, oh, did I close my Photos app? Why would I do such a thing? Hey, Austin, how's it going? Welcome back. All right, let me plot my spacing here for this month, or for this weekly spread. I'm just gonna do a faint little light gray dot at the center of the page. And I gotta remind myself here. Okay, so for September, yeah, we went all the way up to the 5th for that one. So we get to start here. 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks we need. So this is 1. I'm doing well, Austin. 2. 3. 4. And 5. Did any of you guys get a chance to vote in my Instagram polls today? I started some polls regarding the next pre-made bullet journal, which is kind of my next little project. Like I said, the kits are kind of at a bit of a standstill right now with moving and all. Did I do 5? Let me count. 1, 2, 3. I think I did 4. Oh, you're right. I did do 5. Okay. Well, good thing it's just light gray, so no one will notice when we use that page for the brain dump. But thank you for catching that, because I would have gone right in and started coloring that page. You did vote on Instagram? Okay, good. Yeah, I'm trying to nail down what yearly spreads to do in the next pre-made bullet journals, which I would love to start working on those like this week. The pre-made journals, so the last time I made them, I finished the design in like February of that year. And then my manufacturer was like, yep, totally, we can do that. Oh wait, nope, we totally can't. And then we just went back and forth for months. And then finally in November, they were like, yeah, we can do it exactly like you asked. So it ended up taking so long to get it printed. So part of me is stressing a little that I'm behind, but at the beginning of this year, I wasn't really doing custom bullet journals or like physical bullet journal stuff at all. I just kind of decided to start it back up in March. And now I'm like, yeah, I can totally pull this off just starting it now. So I'm hoping that I'm not, you know, a little late to the game. But my friend Alexandra, who also, she does a similar thing. She designs her own planners. She is also just starting her planners. And so I feel like we'll be okay. But I would love to start those this week just to get them moving. Okay, so that is kind of the base structure over here. And then within this, we've got, let's see here. You know. Demand a recount. Like, I feel pretty confident that we'll end up doing option 1 because that weekly spread we included in Patty's journal and we included in kind of our just like miscellaneous journal. I feel like it's got a special place in our hearts, you know? It's one of my favorite ones, so I feel like we'll use it. Just not for this month. Yeah, maybe for November. Hey, Dragon Queen Artist and Alex. Welcome here, you guys. How was the day? Ooh, the November theme. That's a good question. I cannot remember. I can check my page, though, and see what she asked for November. Just let me finish drawing these lines so that I can come to a natural pause point. I don't think I do have a black up blue, Jess. I should check, but I think I checked last time and I don't think I do. Let me see. Oh, where did I put my backups? Oh, they're there. I see a blue, but I think it's the wrong one. Yeah, I've got 533 and this is 553. So no, I don't have a backup blue and it's definitely feeling it. So if we need blue for anything other than these lines, I might use one that's like very similar, but a bit of a darker, you know, like a darker shade of the same blue. Because I do have one like that I feel like we could get away with using. But yeah, I don't know. We might not want to do any blue lettering for the weekly spreads because the lettering is quite large for this theme, uses a lot of ink. Yeah, it's getting scratchy, hey? I need to place another Stationery Pal order to restock some of my markers. I'm trying to think. There was another one recently that was dying and I didn't have a backup. Oh, yes. One of my browns that I haven't been able to use at all, 992. That's a good one, but I do not have a backup, so I've been avoiding it for weeks. Yeah, it does. I didn't do that like measure out from here to here. So I'm gonna, once I'm done stamping in the days, now that I've got all the boxes plotted in, that made no sense to speak it out loud, but it makes sense in my head. I know, I feel like watching me journal would drive me crazy sometimes because I don't do things in the right order all the time. I just like mentally store away something that I need to do a little bit later. Okay, good. You follow. Oh, that's the last Wednesday. Oh, okay. Which new colors are you talking about? Because I haven't got any in ages. This is the newest batch that I have, and I love this green. And this brown, I use all the time. This was like the main brown in Janelle's bullet journal that we just finished. But I haven't gone marker shopping in years, so I don't know if they've come out with new ones. I feel like Zebra Mildliner often has like new collections that come out pretty regularly. So I might be way behind. The only thing is I wish that those ones came in brush tip. I know they have some that come in brush tip, and I love their brush tip markers, but the colors that I like most are only in chisel tip, and I'm not a huge chisel tip fan. Oh. No, you are not behind. They were gifted to me. I would not have bought them right out the gate if I was spending my own hard-earned money. They're great, but I'm not one to, you know, go out of my way to stay up on the latest trends in markers. Yeah, totally. The brush set they're just as good as Tombows in my opinion. I don't really feel much difference between the two. I don't think so, Maria, unless she's been just hiding in the shadows, because she showed up for one live and gave her input for a bit, and I haven't noticed her come back since. Oh, actually in the picture it has the line going up above, and I think I kind of like that, so we're gonna extend it a bit. So press the ink. Yeah, you know what? I don't know what kind of ink it is, because this is just a free ink pad that I got with some custom packaging from No Issue like years ago, but it still works so well, and it never soaks, like it never smudges, and also if I color on top of it, like it doesn't bleed at all, even if I color on top of it instantly. I have no idea what kind of ink it is, but it's amazing. Okay, now let me put the dates in. So I'm going to flip back to the beginning, and I believe we're starting on Monday the 6th. Yes. Yeah, they do, hey? I know, I like how the alphabet stamps look with this theme. We haven't used them a ton, just notes and then on the trackers. 26, 27. All right. Now, I just remembered, Maria, you asked me about the theme for November, and I couldn't remember. Let me check. November, vintage Polaroid cameras, and then December and January, we get to choose the theme, unless Summer messages me in the meantime. And then the rest are chosen, but not like specific, just kind of like a prompt, and then we get to interpret it. And what else was I going to check? I feel like there was one other thing that I wanted to check in the meantime. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask about, so yeah, my story polls. We were talking about yearly spreads in the next pre-made bullet journal. So the next one, I'm going to do a name page. I did one in this journal, but I glued over it because I didn't really like it for myself. No, I can't open it up. So yeah, we've got a name page, and then Future Log was like the most popular page that everyone wanted. Last time, so I didn't write these in the journal. I wrote them in myself afterwards. But what do you guys think about that? Like leaving it empty so that, say you start your journal in May, you can start, you know, May, June, July, or just writing them in, and then people, even if they start their journal at a different time, they just kind of start, you know, planning in May or whatever. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Some kind of goals page we're going to have. I don't know if I'll include a reflections page like this. Maybe I will. I don't know. It's kind of nice. And then people really wanted a year in pixels, a bookshelf. I think those were the other two like main ones that people wanted. And then also some empty pages. I think I'm going to need to do more pages than I did last time. Last time I did 192. And I'm thinking I might need to go upwards of 200 this time, which should work. I don't really see why not. But if you guys have any other thoughts about these bullet journals, right now I'm focusing on the yearly spreads. All my polls are going to kind of be based on the yearly spreads until I get that finalized. But if you have any other feedback at all for this journal, let me know, because this is my current project that I'm just kind of trying to get underway. I don't know what the yearly theme is yet. That is one thing that I had in my stories today. I like to choose something pretty basic. That's why in that one I just did like a leafy design, but I want to do something a little bit more exciting than that. I didn't really like how that one turned out, but something basic still. Okay, now back to these pages. We need to figure out where we're going to put the different boxes. So we could do, okay, maybe let's do a poll. Could I get a poll from one of my lovely mods? These are the two options for the poll. So the first one is going to be to have her heading up here, October with a globe or airplane or however we decide to lay that out. October, and then her 3 bonus boxes all over here. So notes, to buy, and next week all over here. That's option 1. Option 2, and I'm not sure, is there a mod who's ready to do a poll? Just let me know. Otherwise I can start one. But option 2 is to put her heading across the middle here, and then have one section over here like notes, and then her other 2 over here. And then option 3, sorry, you did a 2. Okay, I'll just stick with 2. I'm going to say option 3, and if you guys think it's better, then say so in the comments and we'll add it in. Okay, so option 3 then is to have a heading, a smaller heading over here, say like a globe, and then just write October or stamp October in the typewriter stamps or something. And then have to buy and next week, and then a bigger section. I totally did say 2, Alex. That's 100% on me. I said 2, and then I thought of a third one. So that's the third option, to leave a bigger section and have a smaller heading instead. Do you guys feel like that's like, we need that one? Or should we just stick with the poll? Ooh, the poll was really split. I feel like visually, I like the idea of option 3. But okay, people are saying 3. I'm so sorry, Alex. Can I get you to do a poll with option 3 with 3 options? Oh, you are way ahead of me. Okay, thank you. Let's do a poll with 3 options. So yeah, option 1 to refresh was the heading, like title, doodles, whatever, over here. Take up that whole side, and then her 3 sections, notes, to buy, next week, all over here. Option 2 is heading in the middle of the page, spread across the 2, notes, to buy, and next week. And then option 3 is a smaller heading over here, notes, to buy, next week, except I would probably give notes the bigger section, not next week, but yes, those are the options. Poll is counting down, and then we will get started. Yes, Ram Tangled. You can, that's true. There are no rules. You can use your bullet journal for whatever you need or want. Oh, okay. Well, good thing we added option 3 because that was the clear winner. So did you guys like my suggestion to do like a globe with an airplane and then just use the alphabet stamps to stamp on October? Yes. If there's any other ideas for how to do the heading, let me know. But I feel like that would fit really nicely here. Just like kind of a mini globe and then stamp on October. Okay, cute. Let's do that. I think, so here's my plan. I'm going to do globe and then stamp October underneath just to set it apart a little bit because notes is going to be stamped on top, to buy, you know, so just to make it look, and also on the title page, we stamped the title, or we put the title underneath. So that's my plan. Globe, stamp October, and then stamp on to buy, next week, notes, and then we'll figure out if we want to do boxes or just highlighted lines after the fact. But let's start with the globe first then. That is a great question. Let me start. I didn't even think of that, Maria, so I'm glad you brought that up. Okay, so this is the current blue. I feel like it might, but I don't want to be left on my heels if it doesn't. Okay, so this is the other blue that I was talking about. Quite similar, just a little bit darker. I use these two together often when I want to like shade something a little bit darker. What do you guys think? Can I get away with that if we run out, or should I go in with that in the first place? Or just pray? You'd use the new one. I'm going to leave the old one sitting upside down just in case. That will work. Okay, I feel like they match quite well. The old one is definitely lighter, but I feel like we can get away with using the new one. Might add a nice contrast. Yeah, the only thing that I'm hoping is, now I'm wishing that I had used the darker blue for this part and saved the lighter blue just so that there's more contrast between the blue and the green. But I think it will be minor, the contrast issue. So hopefully that is not a big deal. So let's put our globe. I should be making note of how big I'm making it. 4. Does that leave enough room for us to add? Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so I'm going to make the globe part 4 centimeters, and then the ring around it, whoops, wrong way, 4.5. Is that a big enough difference? Yeah. Okay, and then here we'll do 4.5. And then twist this to 4. There we go. The circle stencil is, it's called the Iris. It's by Maker's Cabinet. It is quite pricey. And I know some people have said in other lives that they got theirs just from Amazon for cheaper, which I hate to direct traffic to Amazon away from a small business, but if the price is what puts you off, there are alternatives that are more affordable. All right, let's do some green blobs. Yeah, sorry guys, I realized that was partially off the screen. add in our continents. Oh, I missed a page. I felt like I hadn't done enough, but I just skipped right over this one. Okay, let's set that back then. Do 4 centimeters. Yeah, I felt like I hadn't done 4 pages, but I was like, oh, maybe I just got chatting. Oops, I put that one too close to the top. So this one will not have a proper stand. Whoops, we'll make the stand on more of an angle. My bad. Nilda, I use all kinds of markers. The ones that I'm using for this theme are Tombow dual tip brush pens, but I also love the Crayola Super Tips. That's what I often will recommend if people are looking for like a marker set. And then the Tombow dual tip brush pens I buy more as like individual markers. To kind of fill in the gaps of my Super Tip set. Have I tried to draw the real continents? I have, and now I purposely don't because I'm like, it just takes too much work. They don't end up looking right anyways, and I don't know. I just feel bad then if I miss someone, you know, like if I miss someone's country because it's just a small little island, but I didn't add it, then I feel bad. So I purposely make it not look like the continents. Okay, yeah, I feel like this blue, we might have an issue with less, like the contrast between the blue and the green isn't going to be strong enough because we had to use a slightly darker blue. So we may need to add a darker green outline to the continents. Let me know what you guys think as we finish up a globe or two. If you think we should add a darker green outline now that we had to go with a darker blue. Yeah, I feel like some of our little continents are definitely getting lost. Hey Anderson, how's it going? Welcome here. We're working on weeklies for October. Yeah, I think so too, Angela. They are getting lost. So I'll see what I've got after this. Okay, so we've got to outline those continents somehow. Any thoughts, you guys, on should I outline, find a darker green, black, or white? Those are the options for outline colors. Darker green, white. Okay, Gilbert. I think I cracked it. Is your name Jill, but like Jillian with a G? And you don't need to say if you don't want to. I just feel silly calling you Gilbert if your name is in fact nowhere near Gilbert. But you can keep it secret. I can keep calling you Gilbert. I don't mind. Green, green, green. Ah, I figured. I saw your felting account on my Instagram story. Right? You do felting? I don't really know anything about it. I know that Shada Campbell does some felting because I follow her. That looks so neat to me. Now, so I'm guessing the felt, is that what makes up like the entire little creature or whatever you're making? Because I've seen people post like felting reels, but I'm just like, how do you get all that bulk? You know? Okay, sorry. My laptop just turned off. It didn't even die. It just turned off. And that's what was playing our music. So I am just pulling that back up. All right, let me see what dark greens I have. I am going to start off. Oh my goodness. Talk about chaos. So we'll spend the rest of the live reorganizing my marker stand. Just kidding. I'll just try to get them out of the way. Yeah, he's not playing his guitar yet. Not the yogurt container. I know. Activia. No, you know what happened is because my desk isn't actually a desk, it's just a board sitting on top of a card table. I leaned over to try to grab my Ohuhu markers, which are, you know, in their rightful spot on the floor. And then I bumped the board on top of the table and it slid and knocked over my marker tower. Yes, I cannot wait to move and have an actual desk set up. No, I can wait to move, but I can't wait to have something a little bit more suitable. Okay, let's try that again. Thank you for bearing with me. So we're looking for a green to outline. And the other OBUJO markers have more of a like fine liner tip, but they also kind of bleed through. So if I can match one of these, I'm going to match one of these instead. That's like quite dark, but I feel like it's fine. It's still obviously not black, so I feel like it won't look too silly, you know? I'm just going to do it instead of trying to find one that might potentially bleed through. And it feels so quiet now. I'm so used to having music on in the background. I'm trying to think. I use every device that I own to run these lives. I've got my phone recording. I've got my iPad in front of me so that I can read your guys' comments. And then I've got my laptop playing music. I don't think I have anything else left to play music with. So we might just need a journal in silence tonight. I'll need to sing. Yeah. Perfect. As if I don't get like distracted enough in the middle of what I'm working on already. Guess it's up to my husband. Yeah. Get the guitar going. It is 9 o'clock here. Okay, that worked. I feel like it's not like the perfect green, if I could have chosen a perfect green, but it works. It's darker than the other one, and it at least separates it from the water. Now, let me give my laptop like 3 seconds of attention to see if there's any hope that it will start playing for us again. Hello. I don't know why it stopped, because I'm gonna just start it back up again. That was weird though. It powered off, but didn't like update or anything. Didn't, I don't know, didn't run out of batteries. Nothing looked different. It just turned off. Okay, let's do, so October to buy, next week, and notes. That's how we're gonna do this. So I'm just thinking, so this is where next week is going to be, and this is where notes is going to be. Oh, I started in a random week. Oh no, that was the first week. Huh. Sorry guys, I should slide this over and put my ink pad on the other side so that you guys can actually see. And then we've got October notes. Oh, I want to do a T for to buy. Angela, no way! You just bought the other journal? Thank you. What good timing. Then we can send it home to you before July starts. Yes, I am Canadian. Thanks, Marg. You got me. And user, whatever. Yay, okay, let's get that packed up for you as soon as we have stamped all of this on. Well, I'm not sure if we'll fully pack it up because you'll have to choose what other spreads you want, but oh, then I did the T and then I didn't even stamp on the O. My brain. Now I need to get the O's out again. To buy. Maria, you always catch me. I feel like you should be doing these journals. You don't miss a thing. Yeah, this is how my brain works for this. I always try to figure out the next letter of October. Like I just kind of set the word that's going to set the pace and then see how well I can line it up with all my other things. So now I'm doing all the X's because I hadn't yet done the O in notes when I did the T here, you know? It's definitely something that makes more sense in my head and probably not a lot of sense when you watch me doing it, but that's why it's like a mental game. I don't know, did any of you guys ever, like when I was a kid, I was always trying to figure out as many, like, how I could make the numbers on the clock add up to be each other or multiply to be each other or whatever. It's one of those silly little mental games that I like to play when I'm stamping. See how satisfying. Now I get to do 3 T's. Bam, bam, bam. Without pulling out the T stamp 3 separate times. Okay, now we're back to O's, which there's no other O's, so I'll just do O. And then we've got B. Let's see, is there any other B other than to buy? Nope. And that one's all ready to go. Guess what letter I'm going to do next to fit the rules of my mental game. Any guesses? W, yes, all of my W guessers. Because then we can go E, 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 E. Wow. What a slam dunk. But yeah, I could have done U and just finished off by. That's true. But I gotta gear up for the E's. That's the next letter here is always like my next priority to set up my whole page for that next option, which is probably not more efficient in all cases, but it always makes me feel more efficient. All right. And now the rest is kind of boring because there's no more overlap letters. Okay, so the next decision that we have to make is how we want to do these boxes. So maybe let's run a poll while I am finishing the last couple stamps. So let's do a poll with 3 options. So the first option is to do light gray highlights like we did here for all of these sections. That's option 1, light gray highlights. Option 2 is to do brown rounded corner boxes with drop shadow like this. That's option 2. Option 3 is to do the same style of boxes, but using our key colors for the month instead. So those are the 3 options. And while you guys vote, I'm going to keep stamping. So option 1, light gray highlights for these boxes. Option 2, dark brown boxes with drop shadows. And then option 3 is key colors, blue and green boxes with drop shadows. I'm going to keep doing, we've got the K left and the S. And then we are done with the stamps. There, Mark, got it. You should see a poll right up under my name that will have those 3 options. So you can go ahead and put your vote in there, and then TikTok will tally it all up for us and everything. I think it needs a little paper plane somewhere. That could be. Highlights it is, huh? Okay. Sounds good. If you guys think it needs a plane, do we want a plane over here? I feel like it's a little squishy. Or we could do like just a plane on its own down here. Any thoughts? Next week could be a box to break up the highlights. Thoughts on that? I'm going to start on the notes one, and then you can let me know what you think. Plane down here on its own. Okay, let's do that. Any thoughts on this? Continue with the highlights or do a box to break it up? Let's put a plane here before I keep going. Box on next week. Box. Box. With key color. Ooh. Yes, which... I guess maybe I would use green for the box since our blue kind of died. I'm just going to go put one of these on each page. I don't know what I think will look good. I don't feel like there's like a clear winner. I feel like any of them could work. That's true. Blue outline would suit better, but it would have to be the darker blue that we pulled in for the globes because the, well, no, for just a box, we'd have enough light blue ink. I hear you, Cadence. What do you guys think? Should I outline the globe in dark blue? The only reason I don't want to is because we didn't for the title page. And I don't really want to for the title page because I like how it looks. Then I feel like we'd have to add the dark green, but blue box, brown box, or more highlights. I do kind of agree with breaking up the highlights. But what style of box? Blue or brown? Part of me feels like brown. I don't know. Gray or black box? Or like brown as in this very, very dark brown that basically looks black. I'm going to try brown box on this page and we can alternate. If you guys don't like brown box, we'll do blue box on the next page. I just feel like this whole page is fairly light, you know, like all the colors are pretty light, the gray highlights are pretty light. So I'm going to see if this looks nice to add like, you know, a bit of contrast with a darker look. Okay, yeah, it's super dark brown. It's basically black, but technically not. Do we like that or should we go with blue on the next page? Put brown or blue? Looks great, that's good. Okay, you guys like it? Cool. Then we'll stick with it. Okay, and Angela, I'm realizing I told you we would jump over to your journal once we finish the stamping. But we're so close to the end of this weekly spread that I think we'll just finish this up. And then I'm going to go take a look at your order. And you can let us know anything here in the chat. You know, what kind of charms you're looking for, what you would like for that extra monthly page every month. And we can at least start on that for you. This one's 12, Anderson. We've got a full 12-month journal to work on, and this is only month 3, so we are just barely getting into it. I'm gonna come do all of the drop shadows once I'm done the outlines. Oh yes, and next month in this journal is vintage Polaroid cameras is the theme, which I don't think I've ever done that one before. So we're gonna have to find some inspiration for that. Oh, did I do that? Was that 4? I feel like months with 4 weeks are just flying by. Oh, see you, Star Luna. Thanks for joining. Have a good night. Yeah, I'm nervous for it, to be honest, but I think it will be cute. I've never done it before, so I'm hoping we can find a nice, doable way to make it a cute theme. So, Mike Jones, the days of the week are stamps, but they are stamps of my handwriting. So, both. All of the above. All right, there we go. I feel like this was the right move. Just a bit of a bolder box on the page. So, Angela, let me... Yeah, seriously, Anderson. The last one where we were doing like 8 to 10 weekly spreads, that took forever to get through weeks. Let me hop over to my Etsy dashboard to take a look at Angela's order so that we can get going on that for her. Orders. No charm. Okay. 4 months, no charm. So Angela, if you're here, do you know what pages you want for... So this is the journal that Angela ordered. For those of you who are... Oh, brain dump for extras. Oh, Angela, you're making this too easy. Brain dump and no charms? That is like... You're giving me a vacation. Are you sure? You don't want anything extra? Oh, and now that I dumped all my markers, none of them are organized. But I remember which greens we used. We used my Aqua Brush Duo and then Tombow 312. And then for reds, we used this Crayola. And for oranges, we used another Aqua Brush Duo. This brown though, I don't remember what we did for that brown. So I'm gonna have to swatch till I find it. Nope. Was it a more of a red or more of a brown? Let me think here. Is that it? I think so. I think we found it. And then, oh yes, this blue was a zebra mild liner. No, Angela, brain dump is totally fine. Other options, let's see. I know Habit Tracker is probably the next most popular, or something like custom, like a little sort of dashboard situation with a spot for like writing down your like cleaning tasks or like a master task list, something like that. Do you want me to go on Pinterest? See if we find a spread type that you like? I'm gonna try to pay some attention to my my comments on TikTok. I can only see like half the... Oh, that was someone else giving a suggestion. Okay. Bullet journal. Monthly. Oh, that's... There's no 5 in monthly, believe it or not. Let's see here. I'm just trying to think of what other pages people use. Sure. Monthly spreads to sort your life effortlessly. Let's see. That's just like a calendar that they did, which you already have. Oh yeah, so something like a dashboard sort of thing like this, where you've got like goals, tasks, maybe like chores and little brain dumping section or something like that, you know? You could do something just like a dashboard with a few different sections. Angela, just let me know. I'm gonna make this as visible as I can on my awkward stand up there. But let me know if you see anything that you like. Okay, that one I don't really understand. Yeah, most of these are just like kind of miscellaneous. These are not gonna seamlessly streamline my life or whatever it said. So yeah, Habit Tracker, more of a dashboard. These are like calendars. Okay, yeah, most of these are just calendars with extra sections. Yeah, like this is basically the same thing, but like motto of the month, like you could find a quote every month and then have a task list, goals and notes, something like that. Okay, so that I wouldn't say sorted my life effortlessly. Sorry, Margaret. Let's see here. Anything from... Yeah, a memory. So I used to always just have the page beside mine open, but titled memories instead of brain dump. And then I would just write down fun things that we did throughout the month. I'm just trying to see if Angela has said anything. Mood tracker, period tracker, sleep tracker, goals. Half page brain dump, half. Yes, let's do it. Every time I say, let's do it, I sound like my toddler. And I know I've said this before, but he just is such a copycat of what I say. So once he starts saying something all the time, I'm like, okay, I probably should stop saying that all the time. But his thing right now is, let's do it. But usually in response to himself. So he'll be like, Mom, should we play hockey? Let's do it. It's so cute. But now every time I say that, I just feel like I sound like a 2-year-old. Okay, so we're going to do brain dump up at the top and then highlights down at the bottom. And I might just sprinkle some of these doodles kind of where the borders are going to be. Aw, a gift for your daughter. That's so sweet. Does she already do any kind of journaling, or will this be a first? Oh, hey, Paige. Man, your phone has got to get up to date. We've been live for like almost 2 hours. Just kidding, just an hour and a half. But no worries. Welcome here. How's it going? How was the puppy today? Any extra chaos? Oh, and then what green, dark green did I use for that? I think this one looks right. Aw, cool, Angela. Well, you should let me know what kind of extra supplies would she like for finishing, because there's only 4 months in here. So I could send along some markers, washi tape, fine liners, stickers. Do you have any idea what she might want to get her started? Okay, let's do... Let me just plot the center point of the page before I get too far into, so 15, 16, 18, 19 and a half, always kind of an awkward amount. And this one has markers. Perfect. Do you want the, I've got one more set of Crayola Super Tips, the pack of 15, or I can do the brush pens, the 12 dual tip brush pens. I'm going to outline these, don't worry. I'm just, the top half here will be brain dump. Brush pens? Okay, perfect. Brain dump and then memories. And then we had added a shadow brush pen. That would have been bad. All right, brain dump memories, and let's add a few little sprouts around the border. And then we had also added some seeds in brown. Where did that brown go? My browns are scattered. And then I'm thinking outline in either brown, or maybe I'll outline in brown because we used brown over here. Let's just do that. All right, there we go. Brain dump and memories. And the last thing that I have not added yet is just the highlights on the letters. Aw, thanks you guys. Aw, okay, I'm glad you guys like it. I loved this theme, like one of my favorites that I've done in a long time. The colors, the layout, the font, I love this just like juicy, big font. Such a fun one. Thank you guys. All right, so that is the July brain dump. Now for, let me put away my markers in my yogurt containers that are now scattered on the floor. Oh, shadows on the veggies, you're right. Oh, now I put all my markers away. Okay, and where was the... Yes, it does have a calendar. So I can show you the rest of July just to show you what the rest of this journal is like. So every month we did pretty generic spreads since we didn't know who this was going to. So we did title page. We just filled this in now for Angela for her daughter. And then a calendar was the other monthly page that we did. And then this is the weekly layout that we did for July. Now let's move on to August. For August, we did this little travel theme. And I remember most, if not all, of the colors for this one. So we've got that brown. They're just all scattered now, so it's going to take me a sec to find them. This yellow, this green. What darker brown did we use? Is it this? Nope, not that. Was it this? No. Actually, this one looks like it was the handle there. But we did another one. Yes, the Zig Brushable Blue. You are right. And then we also did, I believe it was this blue for the passport. Yes. Okay, so I just need to track down this brown. Which could be on the floor or anywhere after that spill. Although we might not even need that. That's like the most minor color. It's only the straps on here because this is the darker brown. Okay, I'm not going to bother tracking that down unless we feel like we need it. And then I did use a black for the lettering. I have no idea how these things fell because none of the colors seem to be in common compartments somehow. Like, where's my black? Let's see. Oh, there it is. With the pinks and purples, naturally. Okay, so let's do brain dump and highlights. Any thoughts for the layout of this page aside from like if either we do it the same style of thing where we just split the page in half this way and do some doodles around the borders, or do we have any other ideas for what we could do with this? We could do basically the theme we just did, like kind of a globe in the middle or something just in the middle and then divide top and bottom. Or like doodles going across the middle and then divide top and bottom. I know, seriously, chaos for this evening. If which one was stamps or lettering, Kim? Sorry, I didn't see your question. Diagonal split? I thought about diagonal split, yeah. Split the opposite, split this way? Doodles in the middle across the page. Yeah. Let me read these more. Passport, doodles top and bottom, word split in the middle. Yeah. Doodles across the middle. Sounds good. And by across the middle, do you mean horizontal? And then this, separate it like that? Or do you mean doodles? I'm guessing horizontal. Your choice. I'm gonna do horizontal. I feel like that would be kind of a tight squeeze for yeah, let's do horizontal. Would clash with the flow of the other side. I don't know. I feel like going diagonal might be a little bit too much diagonal. But we could do, who said big clouds to write on? What do you think? Like we could do a couple like big clouds and then just kind of have like the titles in between with like some airplanes and some birds and stuff. Sorry, now I'm changing up the idea. A couple big clouds to write on and then sky related doodles that we have over here. That'd be cute, big clouds. Oh, I thought that was Angela for a sec. Great idea, not my idea. That was... Why can't I see who wrote clouds to write on? I can't find it. But that's not my idea. That was someone else. You can feel free to take credit in the comments. I'm just not seeing it. Have fun with it. Okay, Angela. Thank you. What if we just do... Now I'm thinking, because we could do like smaller cloud, like big enough to write a thought, you know, because it's memories. So like each cloud could be big enough to write a memory on. And same with brain dump, like it's kind of just like dumping out your thoughts. Like each cloud could be big enough to write like a couple thoughts. And then we could just have like airplane dots running through and little birds and stuff. But more clouds, not necessarily just a couple. Okay. So let's do that. I'm going to do some bigger, some a little bit smaller to write down all of the different memories and brain dump stuff. Oh man, I should start a list of the markers that I need to update because I can feel this one drying out too. Don't fail me now, ZigBrushable. I know it does remind me of the Lily Pads and Puddles page, which I really loved, so that's good with me. I know, this marker's just barely hanging on. We're not going to be able to do any clouds in Summer's journal at this rate because this is my go-to cloud color. Yeah, it definitely needs a refresh. All right, so I'm just gonna write brain dump coming through here. Brain. Couple planes first before I add birds and stuff. Where did my gray go? Yeah, I need to start a replacement list. Totally. That is the wing of the plane that's in the foreground. And we'll do the plane around it. I'm just going to add the same like dots and circles that we had on the title page. We had green dots and then blue circles. So I'm going to add some of those into the gaps as well. Thank you guys. I'm glad you like it. Okay, how is that? Ooh, I love how that turned out. Cute. All right, let's move on then. So for those of you who weren't here earlier, Angela just bought this journal. So prior to that, we had done the themes, and these are the monthly pages that we had done earlier. So we've got a calendar, and then the weekly spreads, and we're just adding in the brain dump pages now that it has been purchased and we know what Angela's looking for. So we've got our brain dump, we've got our title page, calendar, and then here are the weekly spreads for that month. Definitely my favorite. Oh, actually, I really like October's weeklies as well. Okay, now September. I don't remember any of these colors because this is from the OBUJO markers that I like just got, and so my other ones I have more or less memorized because I use the same markers for everything, but the OBUJO ones are very new, and I've really only, oh my goodness, I just almost knocked over my marker tower again. I mean, it's basically empty now, so wouldn't have done much, but my OBUJO markers are very new, and so I don't have any recollection of what color I used for what. So we're gonna have to do some swatching for this one. Let's look for the red first. I'm gonna guess it's this one. Ooh, maybe not. This one? Yes. Perfect. And then the greens. This one? Don't think so. Yes. Okay, and then blue. Nope. Is it that one? I think so. Yes. And then yellow. Yeah, it's a lot of colors and a lot of similar colors, but we can do it. I'm getting close. Gotta find the yellow and then that pinkish color, and then I think we're good. Okay, is this gonna be the last yellow that I swatch? So I feel like none of those are quite it. Is it this one? Totally is. Ugh. Literally the last yellow. Okay, and then this sort of pinkish color, which we didn't really use for much, so we might not need it. I'll look for it if we need it. Okay, let me look at the ideas here. Okay, let me see here. That is the OBUJO Poupée, I believe is the pronunciation. I emailed them asking about the pronunciation before I posted my video, and that's what they said, so that's what we're going with. Okay. Let me think here. How could we lay this out? I have no idea how pricey they are, Paige. I'm gonna be totally honest. They just sent them to me. And yeah, I probably should have checked the price, but I didn't. They do bleed a little sometimes. I know. That's... Yeah, I need black, but that I'll just use any black. I'll use this one. Because I don't want to layer two OBUJOs on top of each other because they do bleed a little. This was the theme that I tested them out for the first time, and I will say it's not like a deal breaker bleeding through like with my first bullet journal. Everything would bleed through because the page was super thin, so it's still definitely usable. But yes, Kate, that's exactly it. They're a great set of markers if you love vibrant, but they've got like no light colors at all. I mean, like, they've got light greens and bright yellows. I would say more bright, not really light. Like, they don't have a great selection of pastels, and they definitely don't have any light neutrals. Okay. Let me think here. Brain dump and memories. I'm a neutral girl, too. If you're a neutral girl, don't go for the OBUJOs. If you're a neutral girl, I would get the Crayola Super Tips pack of 100, and then grab... Oh, where's my... I swatched all of my favorite Tombow neutrals one time, and then I thought I kept it so that I could just pull it out when people were looking for recommendations, but now I can't find it. Anyways, 2 large caterpillars with letters. Okay, so people seem to like the caterpillars being involved in the... Oh, Colors of the World. Yes, that's a great set. Okay, people seem to like the caterpillars being involved, so I will do that. Let me think here. Okay, where did my ruler go? Right here under this stack of papers. Ooh, some flowers. Yes, we did use flowers in the weekly spreads here. For sure we can incorporate some of those. Let me think here. Yeah, I thought about the letters inside the body. I think I'll divide it in half, and then I'm actually thinking of doing maybe just some flowers in the corner with a couple ladybugs, and then maybe like a caterpillar up here, like kind of having two corners with the headings and then just outlining. I think I'll just do that. Keep it a little bit. I'm not going to color the full page like we did last time. We pretty much covered the full page, and because these do bleed through a little bit more, I don't want to do that, just to be safe. Oh, so for this flower, I do need that pink. So let's pull that back up and swatch for that pink. But yeah, if you like vibrant colors, like what beautiful colors. Look at this pink. I've never seen something so pigmented. Is that it? Yes, it is. Perfect. That didn't take long to swatch. But yeah, these colors, they're super vibrant, super pigmented, but also they look more like alcohol markers than anything that I've ever seen. Like after you draw the, you know, like how when you use normal water-based markers, like you can see the streaks, you know? And these ones, after you draw, the streaks just like almost disappear. So there's definitely something different about them. They're still water-based, but there is something different about this formula that like acts a little bit more like alcohol-based markers than most other water-based markers that I've used. Let's just put a little ladybug on here. And then maybe up at the top, I'll just do like some bees flying or something. And just do, yeah, not a ton of doodles, just in case there's any sort of bleed through, but still some. Oh, you know what? I think I did that with a Tombow Fudenosuke, which was probably smart because those don't bleed through ever. Okay, and what sorts of headings did we use on the weekly spreads? Okay, the same one. September. Let me think here. I might just do brain dump and then memory. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Yeah, they're so nice to use. Like they just write so smoothly. These are the OBUJO Poupée markers, I think is how you pronounce it. All right, and I would consider leaving it like this, but what do you guys think? What should we, some kind of border? Something, or just add like some more dotted lines kind of coming in and out of the page? Not necessarily connecting, but border looks good, boxed in border, but what kind of border? We haven't really used, okay, we did this kind of thing around the notes section, dotted line like that. And we did the same thing here. We haven't really introduced any other border style. Do we want to do anything like that? Dotted. I'm thinking just simple border here. Like I'm thinking a color for an outline, or dotted. Dotted, dotted, answer, dotted line. Okay, I'm just gonna do some of the kind of dotted lines that we used for the other ones. Perfect. Yes, like the bees flew all over the page, but still leaves plenty of space for writing, so it's not too busy. All right, and then the final month in here is October. Let me just put away these markers before I pull out a new month's worth of markers. Oh, hey, Rachel. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Oh my goodness, I'm a disaster. I'm just knocking everything off of my desk today. All right, so let's find the colors that we used for this one. I know that we used, did I put it into a different one? Oh yeah, I did. After we used it for July, I put it away in the wrong one. Is this the brown that I was thinking of? I think so, but let me swatch that. Actually, might even be my darker one. Oh no, it is that one. Okay, we did that. And then we had a darker orange to draw on the pumpkins with. Yep, it was that. And then we used this for the hay bale along with this. Okay, I think that's the main colors. I think I've got the main ones down. Okay, sorry, where are the comments at here? No, I am not seeing the pinned comments at all. Let's see. Highlights on the highlights on the letters. Yeah, so the only reason I didn't is because we didn't on the weekly spreads. I can't remember why we decided not to, but I can if you guys want. I doubled up on all the letters on the bottom half, but I wasn't going to do that just because of the minor bleeding. What do you guys think? Yeah, only the cover page was highlighted and then the rest were not. That's why I hadn't bothered to do it there, but okay, I'll leave it as is for now then. Leave it, leave it, leave it. Okay, were there any other... Oh, Rachel, you started practicing some doodles? Yay. Which ones did you try? Okay, and then we need this one. And so we kind of had two heading styles throughout. We had this little banner, and then we also had this. Let me think. Aw, the fruit and the cozy one. How did they go? Were they doable and still cute? Should do the back of the track continues on. The back of the tractor? I kind of ended it there. I mean, I could continue the scene and have like the hay bale and some pumpkins down here. Let me think here. Oh, okay, good, Rachel. I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear it. Let me think about how we could do this. Yeah, I could do a banner. What other kind of outlines have we done? We did this. I feel like adding a drop shadow to this. I don't know why, I'm just in like a drop shadow mood today. Added one to October in Summer's journal. Added one to October here. Wooden sign headings. Yes, so these are the other pages. These are the weekly spreads. So we had used that again and this heading again. Wooden signs could be cute. Banners could be cute. Let's see, what if I did... I thought about banner on top, but is that too much banner side by side, you know? Like brain dump and then fall festival, or brain dump and fall festival? That is my only hesitation. I could do... Okay, we could split this page up vertically, and then we could have wooden signs either up, like a wooden sign up at the top, or a wooden sign down at the bottom pointing each direction. Yeah, they do point each side. Have we done any? Yes, in that brown, which is the one that I didn't bother to add because I didn't think we need it. Which brown was that? Was it you? Oh, maybe. I have a Tombow that looks almost exactly like this one, and I think it might have actually been that, but they're super similar. I'm not seeing it anywhere. Where did that one go? Yeah, I can't see my Tombow. I think it might have fallen under the desk somehow. So let's use this because it is very, very similar to the Tombow one. Okay, so let's do wooden sign. We'll point. Okay. Oh, Angela commented with her thoughts. Wooden signs with arrows for brain. Okay, perfect. Let's do one here. Oh, Abby. So yes, we're still working on Summer's journal, But I had one that we started a while ago that just didn't have a home because we started it when between orders one time. And so Angela ordered that one tonight. So that's why we finished a theme in summers. So I figured we'd just pound out that journal here for Angela and get that sent off to her as soon as possible because it starts in July. So we're just taking a brief intermission from Summer's journal. We're not leaving it entirely. But I can show you how October ended up in there because we just finished it. Okay, let me add a little bit of like kind of wood grain sort of texture on these now that they've set a little bit. And then we'll give those another moment and write on them with white gel pen. Maybe put a hay bale over in this corner here. Okay, so we're gonna point to brain dump. And then memories. And now, do we want to just like draw a line down the middle or add this sort of dark brown outline with the drop shadow? Or just leave it open-ended like this? She knows where to put the things. She can just fill the page. What do you guys think? I guess I could do a poll for this. Is there a moderator who would be willing to do a quick poll? Just a quick one. We'll do 4 options for how to outline this. So option 1 is going to be no outline, just leave it open. Option 2 is going to be just a line down the middle. Option 3 will be light gray outline. And then option 4 will be a dark outline with the drop shadow that matches this. Let's do that. So 1 was no outline. 2 is just a line down the middle. 3 is a light colored outline, like light gray or tan. And then 4 is a dark outline with a drop shadow that matches this. 2 different color shading. Oh, like highlights? Oh yeah, we could do highlights like this. I don't remember exactly which one that is, but it's one of my colors of the world. There is a poll right underneath my name up there. If you guys could put your votes in there, then it will just tally it up for us automatically. Everyone in the chat is voting 3. Yeah, tan instead of gray if that one wins. Oh, it did win. Okay, cool. So we'll do a light tan outline. I'm going to do the same tan that I used for the little plaid on this banner. And let me just get the middle point. There we go. okay, let me show you what we've done in here, and then I will show you the other journal, which is the one that we're mainly working on these days. So we just finished this one up for Angela. And Angela, if you're still here, let me know, are you still good with no charm, or do you want to see some options? And I need to go grab the dual tip brush pens for your daughter. So today all we did to this journal was just add the brain dump pages, because we had already doodled these themes. We just didn't know who was going to use it, so we left this page empty for some customization. So we added a brain dump page to this little veggie garden theme that we had already done, and then we added this really fun brain dump page. Well, the top half is brain dump, the bottom half is memories. So we added this fun page to our August travel theme, which looks like this. And then we added this brain dump page to our bug theme. And then the one that you just saw for October. So that's what we did today in this journal. And then the other thing that we were working on today was Summer's bullet journal, which is a 12-month journal. So we've still got a long way to go on this one. That one is going to be sent off tomorrow to Angela, just as is. And this one is a 12-month. So we've got Garden Tea Party was the first theme for this month, or for this journal. So we did the tea party scene, a brain dump. And these pages, they go like, whoever orders the journal gets to request the pages. So it's a total coincidence that that journal also had a brain dump and calendar. Oftentimes they don't have any of those pages, like Patty's journal, for example, she didn't have a calendar. So it just depends who orders. So this customer, though, Summer, does request a brain dump, as well as a calendar with a note section, and then a bunch of trackers. So water, habits, finances, and then we get into the weekly spreads for Summer, which for August we did this style. And then for September in Summer's, we did this Daisy theme in honor of her dog, Daisy. So we've got some paw prints sprinkled. Here's her brain dump for September, her calendar, and her trackers. And then this is the weekly layout that we did for September. And then we have also, just today what we did was finish October. So for October we did this little globe and paper airplane theme. And we've got her trackers. And then most of what we did today was just finish up the weekly spreads. So that is how they turned out. And tomorrow on live, we are gonna work on November. November is vintage Polaroid cameras is the prompt for November. She didn't send any pictures or anything specific, so we get to totally interpret that however we would like and come up with a vintage Polaroid theme. So Angela says, let's do a charm. Her favorite color is purple. Yes, we can definitely find some purple for her. Let me see. Do I have any purple pom-poms? I don't know if you're interested in pom-poms. No, that's more blue. Okay, so scrap the pom-poms idea. Just thought I'd look. Let's look through here for anything purple. That is kind of purple. I want to put these onto a journal so that I can lift them up to the camera easier. That has some purple on it. Definitely not my most purple charm, so just give me a sec to look for more purple. Nothing in there. Oh, the purple shell is still available, and the purple whale tail. I'll keep my eye open for purple stones specifically, but I'm just grabbing anything purple at the moment. Purple bouquet. Not purple, just cute. This is like pinkish, but has a hint of lavender sort of purple in it. Another just like hint of purple. I'm gonna get rid of this star because this one is more purple. No purple in this scoop. Ooh, here's a big purple stone. That one's kind of cute. Anything else purple? It's a purple popsicle. Purple cat. Some of them are just funny. Like some of them I should probably just toss because I don't think they'll get bought, but you know, everyone's got different taste. Maybe somebody likes, where's the funny one that I just saw? There must be some person out there who likes this, you know? No, I should just throw that one out. There are some that are just so funny, like, why? Unicorn with purple mane. Purple cat for sure. I know the cats, they're kind of funny. Or like this, like a deer, I think, but kind of creepy looking with the black eyes. Another unicorn variety. Like this was from the very first variety pack that I got. Had some good ones, but some just like really, like what? A pink squirrel. But since then I have gotten some more specific collections that tend to have cuter ones because you can actually like choose them instead of just a variety pack. Okay, a purple apple or a purple whale. Okay, I think that is the extent of my purple. We have hit the bottom of the barrel here. Oh wow, I have that popsicle one in 3 colors. Red, green, and purple. You can send me the one you're gonna toss. Okay, so Angela, if you like any of these, you can just say like the number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Big purple stone with a black bow. Yes. Let me find the black bow. Okay. So I've got big white bows. I have a small black bow that I'll have to hunt down in here. Oh, I see it already. You want to go with the black one? Just scooting trying to do a controlled desk scoot without sending all my markers falling. I think it worked. Oh yeah, for sure, Angela. So the black one has some gold and some black, and then the white one is bigger with black, or with white. Yes, I am located in Canada. Let's do white. Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna try the 2-plier system again because I know it's the right way. It just feels unnatural. Okay, so now this is tricky because these are both quite large. Do I put the purple one behind or in the front? I might do in the front because it's quite a bit narrower, so I just like to do the smaller one in front so that it's not totally hidden. But these ones are very similar in size. Oop. Oh, they're like states. Yeah, Paige. They're like states. So Canada has 10 provinces and 3 territories, which are all like just different states, kind of. And I live basically right in the middle of Canada, in the prairies. Okay. I just need to bring this right up close as usual to finish pinching it off camera. Oh, there goes my computer for real this time. sorry, Slate. Oh, okay, yeah, I did answer your question. Yes, it's very cold here. Hey, Nell, I think she meant counties. Did you read that as countries? I did at first too, and I was like, Paige. But I think counties makes more sense. It is very cold here, yeah. I mean, not right now because it's summer, but right now it's very nice here. I mean, today it was like, see, if I tell you the temperature, it's going to be in Celsius, so you're not going to know what I mean anyways, but today it was like room temperature here, but it's also really smoky. There's forest fires north of us, so the smoke is definitely cooling the temperature off, you know? Okay, we've got the charms on here. Summers here, Maria, are, yeah, it gets really warm. So again, if I say it in Celsius, it probably won't mean much, but I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit. In summers, it can get up to like 30 to 40 degrees Celsius. But that's not the normal, like all the time. I would say high 20s, low 30s is like the normal temperature in the summers. But then in the winters, it gets really low, like minus 30s to 40s. So it's a big range. But there you go, Angela. And let me grab those dual tip markers. And let me see here. Yes, this is the last pouch of dual tips. And you said she's just starting, hey, so maybe I should put some fine liners in for her too, just in case. Because fine liners are good for drawing the doodles. I don't use fine liners to write like all of my tasks, but these are the colors that she's getting. 12 dual tip brush pens with fine liner. Oop, close that. Fine liner on the other end, and then she'll get a size 03 and 08 to get her started. And let me just write a quick thank you card. Thank you so much for your order, Angela. I hope she enjoys it, and I'm glad that it will get to you before July starts. I do not sell the charms on their own. Oh yes, Maria. Yeah, and so the provinces are the ones down on the south kind of ring of Canada, and then the territories are all up north. There's just 3 of them, and they're huge, but that's the north part of Canada. Yeah, I have no idea the Celsius to Fahrenheit conversion, but I'm sure whatever you Googled is right. So yeah, we still get very nice warm summers. It's not like it's cold all year round, but then winters is like I've got permanent frostbite on my fingers and toes kind of deal. All right, so we have got Angela's done for her. We are going to tomorrow do November. Let's set this up in Summer's journal because we just finished October today. November, she wants a vintage Polaroid camera theme. So we're going to have to brainstorm that start to finish because I've never done a theme like that before. Missed where you said area. Have I ever been to the US? Yes, I've been to the US. Where I grew up was only like 45 minutes from the border. So we did a lot of like volleyball tournaments in North Dakota and South Dakota and Minnesota and some down in Wisconsin. Mostly I've been to those states because they're close to where I live, but I've also been to San Diego and Georgia, to what city was I in? Atlanta and one other that I can't remember. So I've been to some like random states, but mostly the ones right underneath the prairies in Canada. Yes, yeah, winter's too cold, summer's too hot. Exactly, very little happy medium. If you catch up, can I order one? You can order one anytime. I'm not going to stop yet. But are you asking if I can do it right now? Because I certainly can. Oh, you live in Georgia, Kelly. Nice. Yeah, I was in Georgia for just like a week for a training camp for a trip that I went on. Sorry, Holly. Were you asking if I can pack it right now? But anyways, thank you guys so much for joining the live. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to do November and Summer's journal. If you guys have not voted in my Instagram stories, I would love to have your votes because I am planning the next pre-made journals and I really want to nail these. I want you guys to love them. So go give me your feedback. In my stories today, we were talking about what kind of yearly spreads to include in the next pre-made journals. So this is my one from years ago. I haven't done one since. So I want all of your feedback. Yes, if you order one, I can definitely pack it up right now. And Brittany, it totally depends where you live. Right now I'm in Saskatchewan. It is dry as, I mean, I've never been in the desert. It's dry as what I imagine the desert to be. But Manitoba, where I grew up, is super humid because there's like tons of lakes. But anyways, yes, please go vote on the story. I'm going to hang out here for like a couple more minutes in case any of you guys who mentioned the possibility of ordering decide to order so that I can just fill it for you right now. But no pressure, of course. I just don't want to disappear if that's what you guys were hoping for. Oh, how do the pre-made journals work? Yeah, so the one that I held up is what I did a few years ago, and I would just do the exact same thing again. So it looks just like one of my other journals, except for instead of the pages being empty, they are all completely doodled in by me. Let me find a month that I like, because some of them I don't really like anymore. My style has changed. So the last time I did it, I did everything black and white, and then it's undated. So like you just write in the date so that you can use it anytime. And then you color it in like a coloring book, write in the dates, and use it as a planner. So it's just like buying a normal bullet journal. I do have printable journals that you can download in my shop, but that's not what I'm planning right now. Those I just make on a month-by-month basis. How much do they usually cost? Canadian in the 40s is what I charged last time. I'm not sure if my manufacturer's costs have changed on this kind of thing, but Canadian, I think I charged high 40s last time. Food stamps. I'm not sure what... Oh, are you talking about these doodles? These ones are not stamps. They're like, it's all drawn in. It comes like this. Exactly like this, and then you color it to turn it into like this. Yes, yeah, Brittany. So it's like a mass-produced custom bullet journal. Like I hand draw all of this in a journal and then trace it all onto my iPad and then have it printed in bulk. That's what it is. And could I please request Nothing Else Matters to our live guitarist? You're funny, Anahi. I know now my music died and you can hear my husband picking away with his new virtual amp so that he's not too loud. So Holly at Kachuk, I will have an option to bundle this with like my journal kit options. So right now my plan with the journal kits, and like I said, they're kind of at a standstill just because we're moving so soon. I don't want to order a bunch of inventory here and then have to move it with us. So my plan with the journal kits is to offer either this or an empty journal. And then I'm planning to do a doodler kit as well as a crafter's kit. So the doodler's kit would come with more like markers, pens, specific calligraphy pens, that kind of stuff. And then the crafter's kit would have more like scrap papers, washi tape, stickers, stamps, that kind of stuff. So you'd be able to bundle this or an empty journal in with whichever type of kit you like. Could you get a custom made in time with trackers on the daily pages? I'm not totally sure what you mean, Lily. In time, oh, with time trackers on the daily pages. I don't have enough pages in these journals to do daily pages for a year or even for 6 months. There's only 192 pages. So if you also want like monthly spreads, anything like that, there's not enough for that. But for your weekly spreads, you could do timestamps. If you did like more of a taller weekly spread, you could have times written down the side. Yeah. No, Brittany, I don't need to do each one. Thankfully, that's the point of me getting these going again, because they're a lot more hands-off for me once I design it, of course. What time? It is 10:40. So yeah, it's past my bedtime, but we decided not to move today or not to pack today. Because I think I mentioned yesterday, our moving date has been so up in the air since we're moving to a different province, and for a while they wanted us to come sign in person, but we're like, we're not doing that drive twice. Like, we're either going to move there early enough to sign or we're going to stay here. But now they're accommodating us. They're going to let us sign remotely so we can keep our moving date. But anyways, we just had a lot of moving related stuff on our plates today, so we're not going to pack this evening. So that's why I'm on a little bit later tonight. Yikes, Paige, go to sleep. I'm sure I'll still be up at 11:30 my time, unfortunately. Good night, Mart. Thanks for joining. And I'm moving back near my family. So I came out here like 11 years ago for college, and then I never left because I married a guy who worked for the college. So I will be moving back to my home area. Not my exact hometown, but very close. Okay. I'm not seeing any other orders come through. Totally fine. I just didn't want to ditch you guys if people were waiting on orders. But I should be going. Thank you guys so much for joining me to work on Summer's journal. And thank you, Angela, for grabbing a journal. I'm glad we could finish that up for you today. If anyone is interested in shopping my shop, you can use the code LIVE50 to get 50% off of your order. You will get charms and a freebie. There's only one pack of markers left, so next journal order gets the free markers. But anyways, I will hopefully see you guys soon. I plan to be live again tomorrow to do the vintage camera theme for November in Summer's journal. So thank you guys for joining. Please go vote in my Instagram stories, and I will hopefully see you guys in another live.